Good morning. I'm Reverend Sheila Gautreaux, Assistant Minister here at Unity of Walnut Creek, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to our service this morning. We'll be talking about the 23rd Psalm, and it is my intention to give you a deeper meaning into it and how to use it in your life. We're delighted to have with us as our musical guest, Andoni Panici. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this wonderful opportunity to be filled in every way. Thank you so much for coming, and we look forward to having you return again.
Unity of Walnut Creek, please rise and join us in singing There is Sunshine in My Soul Today. There is sunshine in my soul today. It is glorious and bright, ever flowing with the warming rain. Oh, love is my life. Oh, the sunshine, blessed sunshine, as the peaceful, happy moments roll. Sunshine in my soul. There is springtime in my soul today. I know that God is near. The notes of peace sing in my heart. The joys of grace appear. Oh, the sunshine, blessed sunshine, as the peaceful, happy moments roll. For I behold the light in every face. Sunshine in my soul. There is gladness in my soul today, and hope and love and peace. For blessings which God gives me now are brightening all my days. Oh, the sunshine, blessed sunshine, as the peaceful, happy moments roll. Sunshine in my soul. Now let's sing our new song together. Together we can all stand tall. Together none of us will fall, and we can heal the world. We're together. Together war and hate will cease. Together peace and love increase. Then we can all be free. When we're together, everything is possible. Nothing is impossible. All things are possible for you and me. When we're together, everything is possible. Nothing is impossible. All things are possible for you and me. When we're together, together we can build a world where everyone is understood. Then we are truly one. When we're together, together we will bring the light to brighten up the darkest night. Then we will walk in love. When we're together, everything Nothing is impossible. All things are possible for you and me. When we're together, everything is possible. Nothing is impossible. All things are possible for you and me. When we're together, together we will find the cure to make all nations feel secure. Then we will stand in peace. When we're together, together love will find a way to lead us to a better day. And we'll go hand in hand when we're together. Everything is possible. Nothing is impossible. All things are possible for you and me. When we're together, everything is possible. Nothing is impossible. All things are possible for you and me. When we're together, when we're together, when we're together, when we're together.
Good morning, and welcome to Unity. It is my pleasure to welcome you to this service. My name is Mickey McCabe-Walls. Let's all take a moment now to check those cell phones, make sure they are completely off. And also, why don't we please join me in waving to our friends in our online world. I'm totally off script now, so let me just check back in here.
We're with you.
Your presence adds to our spiritual community, and we appreciate you. Our Unity musicians today are Lisa, Deborah, and John on vocals. Yay! Ben on drums and Tyler at the piano. Thank you so much. And please also join me in welcoming our guest musician today, Andoni Panici. He will have CDs available on the patio after the service. Let's open our service now by focusing our intention through our opening affirmation. Please join me in prayerfully and powerfully speaking it together 3 times. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. Take that in. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. And one more time. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. Let's continue by reading together our statement of our unity. God's love is within each of us, guiding us to dynamically express our wholeness, wisdom, and abundance. We acknowledge the universal wisdom in the Christ teachings and in all spiritual paths. I now choose to open to the presence of divine love and to be changed at depth. Throughout this sacred time, God is uplifting me and through my heart, the world. I'd like to introduce Mike McGarvey to read our daily word.
Pathways is our word for today. I will travel many pathways during my lifetime. Some may take me only a short distance. Others I will travel for years. On my journey, I will have countless opportunities to choose one path over another. Poet Robert Frost wrote, "Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. I took the one less traveled." And that has made all the difference. The path I choose does make a difference, so I consider it carefully. While I may listen to the advice of friends, loved ones, or leaders, my truest sense of direction comes from within. At the core of my being is a well of divine wisdom and divine inspiration. Before making a choice, I listen to my heart. God in me leads me to right choices on my unfolding journey. The psalmist said, "The Lord will keep your going out and your coming in from this time on and forevermore." Our affirmation for today is, "My heart leads me to my right path." Together, please. My heart leads me to my right path. And again, please. My heart leads me to my right path.
When I watch the news, it makes me cry for all of the anger I see. So many souls believe in the lie that hatred is all they can be. So I take a chance to offer my prayer and sing out my truth. And I believe today is the day that our message gets through, that we are all children of the God of love. We are all meant to be instruments of peace. There's no us or them, foe or friend. We are all the same. There is only one, and everyone is born with God's name. So the message is clear. Where do we start? And how do we heal so much pain? The answer is clear. We open our hearts, let our love wash away every stain. 'Cause peace in this time begins with a smile, with one open hand. And when we teach by example, the world is sure to understand. But sometimes it seems so useless to try, so futile to dream. But remember, the power of creation lies in what we believe. And we are
children of the God of love. We are all meant to be instruments of peace. There's no us or them, foe or friend. We are all the same. There is only one, and everyone is born with God's name. God's name. God's name. Thank you so much. Thank you. Tyler and Ben.
Wow, that was beautiful. Thank you so much. We have lots of activities for you to enjoy this summer here at Unity. The second annual Jazz on the Lawn fundraiser for the Joyful Noise Choir, woo, is the fourth Saturday in August. That would be the 24th. You will not want to miss this exciting and popular event. Tickets are on sale on the patio on Sundays and in the book center during the week. The second session of our summer spiritual learning classes begin the last Sunday of the month, which is a week from tomorrow. Choose from a great selection of classes that will revitalize you throughout the week. Find out about these and other activities in the bulletin and on our website. It's now time to welcome our guests. If you happen to be here with us for the very first time, we welcome you to our service. We would love to meet you, and we invite you to experience our community as a guest at a Unity event of your choosing. Please take the very important presence card from the seat pocket in front of you to the welcome table on the patio to learn more about us and to receive your gift certificate. If you are willing, please raise your hand so we can acknowledge you. We would like to extend a special blessing to you and to everyone new to our services, both here and online. Anyone new? Have any new people? Well, welcome to online people and any shy people out there. We'd like to say together, we love you, we bless you, and we behold the light of God shining through you. Welcome. It's now time to greet each other. If you could take a moment until the music begins to greet the people around you.
In this very room, there's quite enough love for one like me. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for one like me. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For spirit, loving spirit, is in this very room. quite enough love for all of us. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all of us. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to share wherever we go. For Spirit, gentle Spirit, is in this very room.
So, good morning. And let's get prepared for a meditation time. And we'll do the Reverend David wiggle. Get comfortable. If your feet touch the floor, would you place your feet flat on the floor? And sing along or just reflect as we shift the energy to prepare our minds and bodies and energy for the meditation.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Yes. And let the memory of that phrase, I am so blessed, move through every pore, every cell of your body, moving through every organ, reminding the very parts of your body how blessed you are. I am so blessed. Breathe in and through the heart, the gateway to the divine experience. Remembering how blessed I am, how blessed you are, how blessed we are. And within that gateway, we focus on divine guidance, a desire to be led along right pathways so that we are blessed every step of the way. Allowing Divine Spirit to provide us with the wisdom to know our direction and to go where we are led. And if our feet should stumble, to know that that infinite indwelling presence is there to lift us up and keep us moving steadily along the path. And if we should encounter pain or suffering, to know that that nurturing presence within us will comfort us and make us feel loved and precious. Surrender to the infinite wisdom within, seeking to know, to understand what is ours to do. And breathing more deeply into this moment, let us receive our guidance as we rest in the silence. Oh, beloved presence, speak to our hearts that we may know your divine will for our lives. As we struggle to find our way through the challenges, the circumstances, situations, and chaos upon our planet, lead us into peaceful places within, that we may raise our consciousness to a place of peace that goes forward and blesses this entire world. Open our hearts in radiant love, that we may express it throughout this planet, bringing us back to the realization of who we truly are, one with you and every living thing. Remove the criticism, the condemnation, and the judgment from us, and allow the truth to express forth from us, within us, that we may know a greater world, a brighter day, more love, more peace, more joy in our lives and on this planet. And while we may not understand what is occurring right now, we can know that there is a greater picture unfolding for all of us to see. And so it is our desire, dear God, to see it. We trust in your power and your great love. And we surrender. We surrender knowing that of ourselves we can do nothing, but it is your power within us that makes all things possible. And so we send this divine love, this divine peace, this divine power out into our world now, creeping into every crevice, every nook and cranny, bringing love, bringing peace, and healing our world. We know that divine love flows through our hearts, bringing peace to heal the world. Divine love flows through our hearts, bringing peace to heal the world. Would you affirm this with me? Divine love flows through our hearts, bringing peace to heal the world. Hold this within you. Feel this within you. Allow it to vibrate within your being. And now express it for our ministry and our communities. Together, divine love flows through our hearts, bringing peace to heal the world. Allow it to go forward. See that energy moving through our communities, moving out into this nation. And now let us bring it forth for this entire planet like a blast of energy. And let us say together, divine love flows through our hearts, bringing peace to heal the world.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
And so it is. Ashe, Amen.
This is a song written by Faith Rivera. It's called God Is. Where I am, God is. And where I stand, God is standing strong. And where I breathe, God is breathing life in and out and through me, as me. And where I sing, God is. And where I dance, joy lifts my feet. And where I live, beauty's flowing free, in and out and through me, as me. And where I doubt, God is the faith in me. And where I cry, God is the comfort there. And where I seek, God is the answer, here and now, forever and ever and ever. Where I speak, truth is. And where I work, love is my career. And where I play,
God is playing boldly in and out and through me as me. Oh, do-do-do. Oh, where I am, where I stand, and where I play, and where I work and breathe and move and be, where I sing, and where I dance, my dance, my dance, wherever I go, where I pray and take and give and live. God is, love is, life is, God is.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Beautiful. Everything.
Thank you, Andoni, my favorite Faith Rivera song. Such an amazing singer she is, and such an amazing writer. Just a phenomenal music. If you're not familiar with her, check her out. I know that all of you, if you are not seeing and feeling and experiencing at an energetic level what is going on in our nation and on our planet right now, you're at least picking it up from the news. I happen to be an empath, and so I've been feeling it very, very deeply, very strongly. And today I don't want to talk about what's in the news right now. Eventually, between Reverend David and me, we'll get to it. But what I do want to talk to you about today is directly tied to how we live and move and have our being in the midst of what is going on and anything else that may arise. And this is about the 23rd Psalm. How many of you are familiar with the 23rd Psalm? Raise your hand. Raise them high. Okay, all right. And I would bet that people of every religion have somehow heard of the 23rd Psalm, if it's only that the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. As a little girl, we had to say Bible verses at the table. Anybody ever had to do that? Say a Bible verse after the prayer? And mine was, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. I had no clue. I just knew it. So I had a cousin who used to come over and spend the weekend with me sometimes because I was an only child. Yes, I'm one of those. And her Bible verse was, Jesus wept. I didn't get it, but okay. Probably the only thing that she knew. But after a while, one day a classmate said something, and I had to tell my cousin not to say that anymore because I would laugh every time she said it. Classmate said, Jesus wept, Moses crept, and Peter fell off the back door step. So I said, please, because she would say it and I'd start laughing. Well, there went the prayer. But the 23rd Psalm has been used by millions upon millions of people as an affirmation that brings a peace and a calm in the midst of challenging situations, does it not? But how many of us really, 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 really understand the significance of that psalm, the metaphysical meaning, and why David wrote that psalm? Well, first, I need to let you know a little bit about David that you may not know. You know that he was a king. You know that he is given credit for having written all of the Psalms. He was a singer, a poet, a musician. And those Psalms were really songs. But what you may not have known is that David, as a boy, was a shepherd. He was a shepherd. He actually tended a flock of sheep. So he had a working knowledge of the relationship between shepherd and sheep. Now, I'm going to give you some insights into the characteristics, attributes, responsibilities, and so forth of the shepherd, but I'm also going to give you some information on the characteristics, the attributes, and the nature of sheep. And some people already know where I'm going. And it is interesting and powerful that David aligned the working characteristics of shepherd with God. And that was a very, very powerful thing for him to do. The sheep, I'll start with them first. Sheep are not very bright. They really aren't. They're wonderful, cute little animals, but they're not very bright. And left to their own devices, they would wander off, they would starve, they would die of thirst, they would get eaten by wolves. So they need to be led. Another thing about sheep is that they can't defend themselves. They don't have any fangs or claws. They can't even run very fast because they've got these big, bulky top bodies and these little bitty legs. And they have a tendency to fall over. So they have to be watched over and protected 24/7. Another thing about sheep is they're a little stubborn. They're a little self-propelled. And they want to do what they want to do, and they want to go where they want to go, when they want to do it, and when they want to go. So they need guidance and direction. And they want to go where they want to go and do what they want to do, but they don't even know what direction to go in. So then comes in the shepherd, whose responsibility, whose job description is one who tends, watches over, cares for, and protects sheep. Now, the shepherd is a very skilled person, because in order for him to take care of these sheep, there are many things he needs to know. He needs to have a good sense of direction. He needs to know where all the good places are. He needs to have strength of purpose of mind. He also needs to have some physical strength. He also needs to care and be loving and able to comfort. Reminds you of anybody? So David equates the shepherd to God, divine presence, the I am, infinite spirit, whatever name we know this as. So what I want to do today is let's take it one or two lines at a time. And I want to take you through this 23rd Psalm, and then we're going to look at some steps for following the shepherd. And you have a handout I love handouts. So, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. So, some things to know about this phrase. First of all, whenever you see the word Lord or the name Lord for God in the Bible, it is talking about law. It is the law aspect of God. And when we talk about law, we're talking about divine law, universal law. We're talking about that natural law that causes things to happen as a result of what we do, say, think, feel. Law of mind action, thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. The law of being, that which I believe I am and identify with is my experience. Law of cause and effect. What I put out is what I get back. Everybody familiar kind of with those? Yes, okay. So what this psalm is saying is that the law guides me. The law is my shepherd. The shepherd is that which guides and directs us. I'm not talking about out here in our case. I'm talking about that inner shepherd, that inner guidance and direction, that inner divine wisdom leads us. I shall not want. That when the shepherd, the real shepherd, is taking care of the sheep, they don't have to worry about what to eat, where to go, what to do, because that shepherd is there to take care of all their creature comforts. Same thing for our shepherd, our inner shepherd. There is nothing that we could possibly need, require, or want if that inner shepherd is guiding us, directing us, and providing for us. We have then everything we could ever ask for. Are you with me? Okay. Let's take it to Okay, he leadeth me to green pastures. He leadeth me beside still waters. He restoreth my soul. So what are we talking about? Well, sheep need a lot of green pastures. They need a lot of green grass to feed because pretty much that's what they eat. You know, they'll eat a few berries and a few leaves, but primarily their favorite food is grass. So, needless to say, the shepherd needs to know where all the good pastures are. Am I correct? Because the sheep don't know. So the shepherd must lead them to green pastures so that they will have plenty of grass in which to graze. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. Know this, sheep will not lie down if they are hungry. They get fidgety when they're hungry. They're very nervous when they're hungry. And so there's no way that they will lie down. So, but when they are fed, when they are full, when they are fulfilled, they will lie down in those green pastures. The still waters, the green pastures, by the way, represents abundance for us. That is our manifestation of abundance. So when we have abundance, when we are fulfilled in our lives, we can lie down and relax and give up the struggle. Is this not true? The still waters is calm and peace. What you may not know is that sheep must have quiet, still waters to drink from. They cannot drink from rushing water because it splashes up into their coat, makes them heavy, and they fall over and drown. So the waters have to be still and calm so they can drink until their thirst is quenched. The same with our inner shepherd, is that we are calm and peaceful when that inner shepherd brings this stillness to our lives, when we go into that place of peace inside of us, inside our hearts, we can feel the peace come over us. He restoreth my soul. When we are full, when the sheep are full, and they are not thirsty, they feel renewed, re-energized, revitalized, restored. The same for us. When we have all of our needs met, we feel new. We feel reborn. And that is the work of our shepherd, who leads, guides, and directs us. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Metaphysically, righteousness means right thinking or right alignment. Now, with the shepherd and the sheep, the paths of righteousness, the shepherd knows the right paths to take in getting the sheep to the next pasture or the next calm waters to drink from. When we align with our divine shepherd, we are allowed to have a clear thinking so that when the situations arise in our life that will cause us to become upset or concerned, we begin to have a better understanding of what's really going on. We begin to see the spiritual big picture, and we suddenly can relax and allow our thinking to take a right direction. And for his name's sake really just means by his nature. Name is nature. So by the nature of God, and the nature of that which we call God is peace and love and joy and abundance. Am I correct? Yeah. And so we are led by our right thinking, our right understanding to peace and love and joy and abundance. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. When the shepherd is leading the sheep through the valleys to get to the next pasture or the next place to have water, there are hills on either side. And many times the wolves and other predators are standing on those hills watching, waiting for an opportunity to run down and grab one of those sheep. And while they're up there, guess what? They cast shadows down in the valley. Metaphysically, a shadow is an illusion. It's an illusion. So yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, of something that will harm me, of something that I believe will attack me, I will fear no evil. Evil is error. And I know that my fear is an illusion, that it's simply a shadow. When we bring light to a shadow, what happens? It disappears. And the light is the wisdom, the knowledge of our inner shepherd, our divine I am. And so there is no evil to fear. Evil, if you turn it around, spells live. So evil then is simply living backwards. We're living from the outer in than from the inner out. Does it make sense? Okay. So I will fear not to live backwards because you are with me. That divine presence is always with us. We cannot lose it. It's like that Verizon network. It's our own Verizon network. No, it's not a commercial for Verizon, but it's our own network following us around everywhere we go because it's in us. It's in us. So thou art with me. I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have to worry about those wolves who are looking to attack me, to eat me, to destroy me, because you are with me. I don't have to worry about whether or not I will lose my job because you are with me. I don't have to worry about my teenage son getting shot because you are with me. I don't have to worry about the end of my marriage because you are with me. I don't have to worry about this diagnosis of my body by a doctor because you are with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. It's one of my favorite lines once I learned this whole thing about the rod and the staff. Well, the shepherd's rod is a big, tall thing. Most times it's bigger than the shepherd. It's tall, and it's pretty heavy, and it has a hook on the end. So let me tell you what the shepherd uses this for. Well, first of all, the stick part can be used to kind of prod the sheep to stay together, right? And we see them going off this way, you do that, and this way you do that, and you bring them back to keep them together so they don't wander off. And also, the shepherd can do two things with it. He can use it to beat predators away. He can actually, and I understand that this was a kind of a game that shepherds played in throwing it to hit a beast that would attack the sheep and being able to kill it or run it away instantly. Then there's the hook. I think this is the coolest part. Sheep will wander under bushes and looking for berries and things like that. And sometimes when they get into bramble bushes, they get stuck. So the shepherd takes the little hook and gently puts it around the body of the sheep and pulls it gently out from where it is stuck. Isn't that cool? So our shepherd does the same thing, that when we find ourselves stuck in those places where we wander off, being nosy and inquisitive, our inner shepherd will gently pull us out, bring us back to safety. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. The table, of course, is the pastures, a place to rest, sleep, to be comfortable. In the presence of mine enemies, there are always these wolves and other predators that are lurking around. Because, the sheep are nice wool and they're wonderful for us, but to the wolves and so forth, it's dinner. So they are always lurking about, trying to get an opportunity to get one. And the shepherd prepares a table for dining, a place of rest and relaxation and comfort and safety, even in the presence of the enemies. And the enemies basically are our uncontrolled thoughts that take us all over the place, thinking that this is happening when something else is going on altogether. Those thoughts that lead us into fear and doubt and anger. Anybody ever have any of those thoughts? Oh, okay. All right. You know how, I got a good example for you. When I was married, I finally purchased a beautiful wrought iron canopy bed. And it was my pride and joy. And my former husband would take his clothes out, and he'd hang them on the thing until he got ready, and then he would leave the hangers there. Drove me insane. And I would I'd move them for a while, and then I got tired of moving, and so I'd tell him to move them. And sometimes he'd remember, sometimes he didn't. And I remember one day I'm in my little meditation area, meditating, and all of a sudden, you see, he left those hangers there again. I have told him this is going through my mind, I've told him over and over not to leave those hangers on that bed. But you see, he doesn't respect me, and that's why he keeps doing it anyway. He doesn't care that it bothers me, and I'm so tired of having to tell him this over and over, I'm going to get a divorce. I went from hangers to a divorce. Anybody ever have those? Raise your hand. Come on. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Yes. Yes. That is what can happen. That is where we can go. Those are our enemies, beloved. Not anything out here. We are our greatest enemy. We create things for ourselves that are more fearful than anything out here. Of course, in Miracles says you're afraid to walk down certain streets in certain cities. You should be afraid to walk down certain streets in your mind. Yeah. Yeah. Anointing my head with oil. This is so important. I didn't know this either until I studied this psalm. There were certain flies that would buzz around the sheep, and they would get into the sheep's ear and go deep in there and lay eggs in the sheep's brain. Ultimately, it would drive the sheeps insane. What is laying eggs in your brain? But the shepherd's job was to carry this oil with him. It was an oil that they discovered would repel these flies. And so certain times of the day, the shepherd would rub this oil into the head and around the ears of the sheep to protect it. So our inner shepherd will keep us from going insane by those negative eggs that we are planting in our brain, if we turn to that inner shepherd for guidance and direction. My cup runneth over. Your good, your abundance overflows. There's not room enough to hold it all when you turn within and receive the guidance and direction and wisdom of your inner shepherd. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all. Let's say that one with me. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. What this means is our abundance and forgiveness, goodness and mercy, abundance and forgiveness will follow us. And in the metaphysical, in the revealing word, Charles Fillmore says to follow also comes from a word that means to pursue. So that means that this abundance and forgiveness will not only follow you, it's going to pursue you all the days of your life. And you will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. The house of the Lord is the kingdom of heaven, and the kingdom of heaven is right here, right now, not when you die. So when we align with that inner guidance, that inner wisdom, that profound love that our shepherd has for us, we will live in heaven all the days of our life. So let's look at some steps for following the shepherd. So what's the first one? Ask for guidance. Ask. Just ask. Sit down in your quiet time, and if there is a decision you need to make, if there is something you want to know, where to go, what to do. Course in Miracles has a thing, and I do this every morning. What would you have me do? Where would you have me go? What would you have me say, and to whom? And I follow it with, I am willing to do your will. Ask. Ask. What's the next one? Follow with trust. Now, what you can do is, if you tend to be a little stubborn, like the sheep, you can say, show me a sign that I will understand. Let me have a sign that I will get. Give it to me so I get it. My neighbor might get it in a different way. She might get it in a different way. But one that I will understand. And then follow. Follow with trust. Follow with trust, knowing that your shepherd is guiding you, your shepherd is leading you. You cannot fail, you cannot make a mistake, you cannot go in the wrong direction if your shepherd is leading you. Okay, what's the next one? What is it? Stay on the path. Okay, so we tend to take little off-ramps. I think I'll go the scenic route and look at the mountains. Stay on the path. Keep your eye on the prize. These things will attempt to pull you one way or the other. That is what this thinking brain does. It thinks, and it creates stuff for us to think about. Stay on the path. The Lord is my shepherd. The Lord is my shepherd. The law is my shepherd. Divine I am is my shepherd. I am willing to do your will. Lead me, guide me, direct me. Next one.
Look for the signs.
Look for the signs. You've asked for them, look for them. There is something I say, and I shared it with my friend Trey, and she's like having all these amazing experiences around it. I say, let me see that you are real in my life today. Let me see your hand moving in my life. And I'm telling you, you will see it. You will see it. Right, Trey?
Yes.
So look for the signs. Be expectant, because you will get them. But don't just go, la, 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 la. No, look, expect. I know there's a sign for me. I know there's a message for me. Next.
See only the good.
See only the good, no matter what's going on. And I'm serious, my beloveds, no matter what is going on. In your life, on the TV, around the world, see only the good. I know you can find a gift in everything if you look for it. Next. Forgive everything, no matter what it is. Let it go. Because remember, goodness and mercy will follow you. So the good of the shepherd, the forgiveness of the shepherd will follow you. But you've got to forgive. As we forgive, so are we forgiven. Next. Live daily in a consciousness that you are living in the kingdom of heaven right here, right now. Because you see, if you affirm that, beloveds, it will begin to show up as your reality. That which we appreciate appreciates. So live constantly in a consciousness, in a daily consciousness of being in the kingdom of heaven, right here, right now. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. God bless you.
Wow, thank you, Sheila. It was a beautiful message. If you would like prayer support for challenges or celebrations, please ask our heart ministers. They will be available after the service here in the sanctuary and on the patio, and our heart ministers are wearing the lavender stoles. You are also invited to place a prayer request in our prayer box, by the front door, in the book center, or by pressing the prayer request button on our website. We will be praying with you throughout the week. It's now time for our prosperity celebration. For love in action or credit card donations, please use the envelopes in the seat back pockets. I invite you to now take your tithe or your love offering in your hand and be aware that God is the source of all our good. Together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am truly grateful.
The song is called One Power. It's by Daniel Nahmad. One power, one power, one power. There's one power, invisible, but we see it everywhere and every day. There's one power, indescribable, but we speak of it with every word we say. Mysterious until we know the truth. As simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord. Call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angel's wings, or heaven's door. But whatever name we give it, it's all one power will we see. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, one power, one power is what we are. We speak so many languages, have different clothing, different colors, different names. But different is only dangerous when we forget that in the heart we're all the same. And we'll remember once we close our eyes to see that such distances were never meant to be. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angel's wings, or heaven's door. It's Mohammed, it's your mind, it's your soul, or it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth, or Father Time. But whatever name we give it, it's all one power will we see. Whatever name we give it, it's the very air we breathe. And it's the power of the love. You and me, one power, one power. One power is what we are. One power, one power, one power. It's the moment of creation. It's an everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness. And it's the sweetness of release. And it's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunshine on your face. And it's the birthright of all nations. And it's the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby, the serenity of sleep. It's the anger we abandon for the love that's most deep. It's one power. What we are is one power. Oh, it's the power of the love that lives forever in you and me. Yes, it's the power of the love in you and me. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Children, let's bless these amazing, beautiful, awesome children. Together, children, you are loved, special, and important. God loves you, and so do we. And that's the truth, too. And let us bless our tithes and offerings. So repeat after me. Thank you, God, for your ever increasing, unceasing flow of good in my life now. Yeah, and so it is. And let us do our prayer of protection and our peace song. Together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And our peace song. Remember, you are the love, the light, and the peace in the earth right now. So let it shine and have fun.
To make all nations feel secure, then we will stand in peace. When we're together, love will find a way to lead us to a better day, and we'll go hand in hand when we're together. Everything is possible, nothing is impossible. All things are possible for you and me when we're together. Everything is possible, nothing is impossible. All things are possible for you and me.